Are you wondering how the weather is in Canada? How bad is the snow or how bad is the cold? If that is a question, that means you are moving to Canada, or if you are even thinking of moving to Canada as a student or as a PR, then this weather related question is usually the make or break of that particular decision. I am going to share my take as an Indian, a person who's been born and brought up in India, been through the harsh summer and the harsh cold in India. My take on this Canadian weather is in this video. Please be tuned till the end. So guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and I practice in Brampton, Ontario. My office is there, but right now I'm traveling to India on this particular short personal trip. Guys, the topic that I'm discussing today is all about Canadian weather. Whenever I'm speaking to a client, when I'm discussing with a lot of people who think of moving to Canada, usually their very important question is that how bad is the weather, how bad is the cold, how bad is the snow. Because say we have usually been around four different seasons, namely summer, spring, monsoon and winters in India. And you know how winters and summers in India are, right? So summers can be really hot if you live towards the northern or the central part, but if you live towards say the western coast like Mumbai and all, you would have seen mild temperatures with a lot of humidity, with a lot of rains, because I've been there, I've been in Mumbai also. And then if you live towards the coast also, the weathers are usually very different. But we have never seen snow in India. Only if you live to the top north in Kashmir or somewhere, still the weather there is very different than the weather in Canada. Now first look at the geography of the country altogether. Canada happens to lie in the northern part of US. It's a North American counterpart to US, and geographically located, it is towards, it's closer to the North Pole, and by that particular virtue, it is bound to be one of the coldest places. Okay. Now guys, if you look at the correlation of the weather with respect to a lot of cities in the US, my sister lives in New York, so I have this real-time sort of comparison which usually goes on. If it's cold in New York, it would be 3 or 4 degrees colder in Toronto, because I live in Toronto. But my cousin happens to live in Vancouver, which happens to have a lot of rainy weather. Okay, it's the weather I would say is a little colder version of the weather in Mumbai. Okay, but that's how the weather is panning across the whole Canadian country, or the geographical location of the country of Canada. Guys, with the provinces located in the northern part, it's usually colder. You could witness about 9 months of winter. But if you are living towards say Saskatchewan or say Ontario, which is towards the US belt, they tend to have a little lower in terms of temperatures, a little lower temperatures. But say Saskatchewan seems to have say minus 40s or something like that, whereas Ontario would witness minus 40 or minus 34 or something like that only once or twice a year. Okay, that too for a very short span. Guys, my take on weather as an Indian is very simple. Okay, be it 0 degree, be it -1, be it -5, -30, -40 or -70, you are not going to step up, you're not going to step out any which ways, right? If it's -1 or -10, it's going to be as bad as -40. So how does it matter? I mean, like, if you were getting a Saskatchewan PNP and then you would say that I will drop it just because the weather is bad, let me tell you, if it's -5 in Ontario, you will still not step out. Okay, now the duration of that particular winter would definitely be different. The harshness of that particular cold is going to be different, but altogether guys, you're definitely not going to step out. Okay, there are two things that are definitely there. If you are traveling by the public transport like a bus or anything, then definitely winter plays a very important role. Like the weather plays a very important role, because if you are using public transport every now and then it becomes very tough. But if you are using a car, then life gets much more simpler. because the cars are usually parked on the doorsteps or in the garage or very near to the shed area. Okay, so that ways you won't face much of an issue if you are stepping out from your heated home into a car that has already been preheated, because in Canada usually you will you'll start your car using a remote, and then before you even step into the car it's usually to an acceptable temperature. If you have an electric car, you can take a much more advantage in that particular sense. But when you drive to your work, it's usually parked closer to your work and you can just step in. And then also all you would need, so if you've seen my videos, I'm usually wearing this t-shirt, right? So I have 20-30 of these t-shirts, and this is all that I wear around the year. Okay, now if I'm indoors, if I'm inside a house or a building or an office, then this is more than sufficient because all the buildings are heated. Then it does not matter. If I am stepping out like for a 5 second or a 10 second or maybe say 1 minute or a 2 minute, then a heavy snow jacket is usually sufficient over this t-shirt. That's all you need. You don't have to layer up. Okay, but if I was traveling in say cold, if I was using public transport, then I would need another layer below the jeans and maybe this and a sweatshirt and then a snow jacket. That's all. So 2 layers. So see, life in Canada without a snow jacket is, you can't really imagine, because it gets very cold unless you're living in the coastal area or you're living in Vancouver. Apart from Vancouver and these coastal areas, life without a snow jacket is not possible. Okay, but the cold is bearable because the buildings, the showrooms, the offices, the stores, everything is heated. Okay, so all you need is protection from the weather when you are outside. So technically, if you can limit your stepping outside to very few events, or if you could limit your stepping outside a little more comfortable with the help of a car, then life is not that tough. Obviously, if you are in Saskatchewan, -40s and -30s would seem a little more possible in a couple of more days than you would feel -30, 40 in Ontario or anything. But then people do live there, people are comfortable. Another aspect of snow, I think you need to keep in mind, is that roads do get slippery when it's snow outside, when there's snow outside, because when it snows, then at that moment it's fine. There's no issue with you stepping out, walking onto the stove. There's no issue whatsoever. But when temperatures get hotter for a day or two, the snow melts and then the temperature dips for the third day or the fourth day. When it dips, the snow that was there, which was in a more powdery form, it's now transformed into water, and when the temperature dips, it then forms ice. Now that is the worst part, and that is the worst situation that you should not be in. Okay, because on that particular ice, it transforms into black ice and people slip on that. Okay, that is one thing that you need to take care of, and that can happen even at your own doorstep. You might have a big lavish bungalow, or you might be living in a building, but as soon as you step out, you need to be very safe of black ice, and that must always be there. And like I said, if you have the right protection on your body with a snow jacket and everything, and if you are a little more comfortable in traveling with a heated car or anything, then definitely you will not face the cold a lot. But if you are using public transport, then things are difficult for sure. Guys, generally speaking, people do say that life in Canada is the public transport is very good. Why do you need a car, or you must be rich or anything? But guys, honestly speaking, places in Canada are very far. Okay, so just if you look at the Greater Toronto area itself, it can on a daily basis you could see yourself traveling hundreds of kilometers in one day. Okay, now if you are say working or living in one particular suburban area and you're moving towards downtown every day, then using the public transport might not be that easy. Also, public transport is not that cheap. Okay, if you are using transit, say Metrolink or anything, they can be expensive. And the downtown area, the issue with the downtown area is you might have the trams and everything, but that only is limited to a very small geography of the downtown area. Now living in that area, you might be able to save the living cost, like the housing, the travel cost, but the housing cost is huge. Okay, and mostly colleges are not there. I mean, like in the downtown area, the offices might be there, but then people usually live outside. So driving to work, driving to meet your friends and everything is pretty common, and because of two reasons: one, cold; second, the places are far. If so, my only suggestion in Canada, and that's the usual norm, if you can, while you can, you must pick up a second hand car, a used car, because that is very helpful. Gas, or maybe say fuel, is not that expensive. Obviously, I am saying with reference to one's earning capacity. So if you are also earning to the minimum, if you are able to save that kind of a money, cars are not that expensive, but the car insurances are expensive to maintain. Okay, so that is very important, because if your license is not that old, then you could be looking at spending a couple of $100 a month on just the insurance only. But guys, overall, I think weather is decent, I would say. I've lived in India. I was born and brought up in India. I've lived in India for my entire life up to the age of 29, I think. And I moved to Canada in Toronto, Ontario. And in fact, before moving to Toronto also, this question was bugging me every day, that how am I going to survive in the cold. And when my cousin was living in Vancouver, I had all the options of moving to Vancouver. One, I could get help from him in settling. Second, I could have lived in the best weather in that particular zone. But I chose Ontario over Vancouver or over BC was because I think work opportunities and jobs related, Ontario happens to be the most happening place, and specifically Toronto happens to be the most happening place. So that's the reason why I chose Ontario, Toronto over that particular city. But I think once now that I've seen almost 3 winters in Toronto, I've driven into winters. I've driven, when I landed, I actually landed in the winter in Canada. It was not that bad. There were a couple of instances where while I was walking on the pathway, and there was a bus that was just passing by, and there was that slurry on the road, that melted snow and all. So when the bus passed, the whole slurry came onto me, and imagine at that moment I was just walking towards the interview, okay, and I was just a couple of minutes away from that interview. So that was the second or third day in Toronto, I think, in Ontario, and that day I got so demotivated that I don't have a car or something, and I was traveling through buses. So I know how it feels. I've been through that situation as well. But guys, things do get better. You don't have to worry. Life does get better if you put in the efforts. Life will be better if you put in the hard work. And in terms of weather, I think after that particular winter, I went ahead, got my license, and I knew if I had to survive with my child and my wife in Ontario, then definitely keeping in mind two things: the places are far, and then there's snow or summer or whatever, I would definitely need a car. So first thing I did was get my license, and then I went for a car, and then I started getting a job, applying for offers and everything, and that is when things got better. So yes, definitely I think weather is an important role, but snow is not that bad if you're able to tackle it with the comfort clothing and the limitation on stepping out. If you're not able to step out, then more protective clothing would do the trick, but it's not that bad. So people are living there, it's nothing to worry. If you are moving to Canada, if you've thought of moving to Canada, then weather or winter or snow should be the last thing on your mind. Well, unless you're moving to Yukon, right? So that's about it. I think as an Indian, my take is that only. It's been good so far, and it's been decent. It's manageable. I think it's better than manageable to be. I would just be a little more humble if I said, but it's better. It's good. Okay. So guys, I hope you got what I had to say. You got the thought and the emotions behind it. And if you can, while you can, I will see you in Canada very soon, and I wish you all the best.